Chapter 22. Suspicion and Outright Hostility. As Eclatant filled with guests in preparation for the Harvest Fest, Eleanor threw herself into her charity work. She wanted to eke as much support out of the gathered aristocracy as possible. Since a Far Creek Abbey provided so much aid to the poor people of Maliana, she started her planning there. Rosemary arranged a full afternoon of tours and meetings, and Eleanor arrived ready to work. Eleanor's carriage passed under the stone gate and into the bustling outer courtyard, where witches mingled with visiting townsfolk. They doled out medications, sold creams and tonics from rickety wheelbarrows, and bartered the fruits and vegetables grown at the abbey for cloth and other sundries. Obviously ill patients were directed toward the sick rooms. Some were carried on stretchers, and their mournful cries rang out over the squawk of chickens and the friendly arguments between the merchants and the witches as everyone tried to drive a bargain. Eleanor climbed 5 uneven steps into the stone edifice of the abbey itself. Rosemary met her at the entrance. Countless wooden doors lined narrow corridors lit with sputtering torches. There were few decorations, a portrait of some long-gone abbotess here, an ancient faded tapestry there. Women walked with quiet purpose on the grey flagstone floors, talking softly amongst themselves. Eleanor flattened herself against the wall to make way for an old woman who seemed to be consulting a fat pony on the best treatment for colic in babies and horses. Weird smoke in a prism of colours drifted from the cracks under the doors. The scents matched the colours. Blue-green smoke hinted at salty ocean air. Yellow held a bit of lemon. Dark brown the warm odour of a barn full of cows. Eleanor tried to peek around the few open doors, but Rosemary urged her on. First, Rosemary led Eleanor past the sick rooms that took up much of the first floor, where witches cared for the poorest citizens of Maliana, those who could not afford to have their illnesses treated.